welcome to part 2 of the 1966 Volvo Amazon road trip across Europe series. So most people when they move, they go for a moving van, but I decided to use my 1966 Amazon with a leaky differential and a questionable suspension. It's not the most practical plan, but it might just work. Let's see how far optimism in an old Swedish car can take me. So I decided to load up my entire life into the trunk of this 60-year-old Volvo for a 900-mile trip across Europe. What could go wrong? It's honestly a lot of crap, so I had to play Tetris pretty well to get it all to fit. But this isn't my first rodeo moving with this car. So all of these wooden crates are originally from fruit, but I filled them with my heaviest things. Right now they're full of tools and books, and they're packed. They're very heavy. Also had to use up the back seat to fit everything. All my precious little coat hangers. My big suitcase. Didn't want it messing up my seat, so I put down the blanket. It looks like we got just about everything in there. So here's our main problem. Our rear end is very leaky. So I cut up a Coke bottle to make into a funnel to fill the rear differential, because it's always a weird angle to fill with oil. It's leaking out of the front pinion seal as well as the axle seal on the right. This makes it lose oil pretty fast. And this is kind of my main concern for the road trip, is running out of oil in this guy and wearing something down. But my oil fill method worked out pretty well. That's how low the suspension got with all the stuff in there. You can hear that noise when I go over bumps. That sort of creaking noise. The rear right spring on the suspension is pretty much sagging and dragging against the body. Here's our ferry. The ferry cost me around 120 euros. Goes from Bastia to Toulon, and then from Toulon we have to go to Marseille. Happy I didn't bottom out right there. All the people that work on these boats are Italians. Italian ship workers, what can I say? They built different. Gotta love them though. And on the ferry there were some Portuguese people all singing, having a great time. Or Spanish people. If anyone understands and knows the language, let me know in the comments. I was pretty confused. The vibes were immaculate watching the sunset over Corsica as I was leaving for the final time from a place I called home for 4 years. On a big old boat. So you can pay for a cabin to sleep in, or you can find a spot on the boat to fall asleep. And that's what I did. But I was woken up by some musicians. I was trying to sleep on the And the musicians also turned out to be performers and dancers. Had quite the show. And now it's time to go. So we made it to Toulon. It was an overnight boat ride. Didn't sleep very well, as you could see. But the car made it, so I can't complain. Watching the sunrise over the port. And I got my first little bit of gas. So looking at the gas prices here, this is euros per liter. I'll do a conversion for you guys here on just how much I paid. Put in 40 euros worth of gas. It came out to around 24 liters. Very expensive gas compared to the US. It is 95 octane, or 95. I don't know if the octane system is the same here. But the drive to Marseille, my first stop, was pretty chill. Just ran into these péages, which are like the toll booths, because the highways in France, a lot of times you have to pay for them. Yeah, I didn't have any cash. I really hope there's a card payment thing. If not, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh yeah. Car was just running great. Just cruising along. Once we got to Marseille, there was some traffic, some early morning commuter traffic. Luckily, it was still nighttime in the US, wasn't too late, so I called some friends as I was driving through traffic. And yeah, we made it to Marseille in just about 2 hours from Toulon. I was going to stay at a friend's house and park on the street. Marseille can be a little dangerous, so I wanted to take everything out of the car. But I loved it. It's definitely pretty relaxed here. People are easygoing and there's sunshine and the ocean. They got pastis also. It's a great way to get drunk for very cheap. They have Jules. Yeah, I was pretty happy. I found a parking spot. Didn't have any problems. Just had about 7 more hours to go, according to my maps. Make sure you stick around for part 3, where I make the final push to Paris. And I hit some obstacles on the way, which is pretty entertaining for viewers, so much for me. So yeah, thank you guys for watching if you made it to the end.